twist it to the side because my hair look crazy in the back.
Hello, and welcome back to a new episode of Read the Room podcast.
Hi, friends. It's Embria.
And it's Merv. If you are new to our podcast, thank you so much for joining in. And those who tune in all the time, every week or every other week, whatever it is, thank you for coming back.
We are grateful for you, truly.
Yeah.
We're getting more followers on social media.
I know. Thank y'all for that.
When we post our face, we get more.
What's that about?
I mean, y'all like us.
What's that about?
Y'all got a crush on us.
But how was your week?
I don't remember. What's today?
Okay, it's Tuesday.
So how was yesterday?
Your last week. Your last week. I haven't seen you in a week and a half.
It was good. Anyways, my birthday's coming up. So you want to know what I want, or?
No one wants to know what you want.
No, my week is fine. My week was fine. I've been working. We're back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
It's been chaos in the media because the white supremacists are going crazy
doing
at the
their
Capitol.
things,
Yeah,
running the country,
rioting,
showing out.
Now they're talking about let's impeach Trump. Okay, bro.
With 10 days left.
He has 10 days left, and this is what it took for y'all to be like, let's impeach him, bro.
That was what? It's the 12th.
Today is the 12th.
Yeah, 8 more days.
8 more days. They're like, okay, let's try and impeach him tomorrow.
Right.
Like, if we don't know by the end of the day, bro.
But apparently he can run again if he wanted to. So the impeachment would cause him to not be able to.
And
do
allegedly,
any politics.
right? And allegedly, there are some like perks that come with being the president, like a former president. Like you get a security detail for the rest of your life. You get like a pension, and you know, there's like things
they
that
need to
they're
hurry
trying
up.
to. But it's like y'all have 4 years,
but
bro.
He was already impeached. It just didn't make it to the point of removal. Remember that?
Yeah, they impeached him, but they're trying to
remove him.
Get to the full-fledged thing that we all think of impeachment as, not just the proceedings.
Well, if they can get that done by the 19th, so our taxpayer dollars doesn't go to his retirement and all that other stuff.
I mean, that's Trump change to him anyway.
No, he broke.
He owes
a lot of money, yeah. He like rich people broke, though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I take it.
Like millions and hundreds of millions in debt, but like he still got some.
Right.
You know, that type of
Okay.
Okay. But yes, like we said, welcome back to a new episode. Today we are going to be doing a fishbowl episode. And if you don't know what fishbowl is, if you've ever been in school and you're...
Have you ever been to school?
Some people didn't go to school.
That's a good point, but I mean...
Well, maybe everybody went to school. It was like illegal to not go to school.
Not but you know what? We have roommates all over. Some people are not in the States, so I don't know what the rules are in other countries. Like whether you have to.
We've all been to kindergarten.
You look
first grade
representation for people who maybe didn't go. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, it's cool. What a fishbowl is basically you put topics into a bowl and then you pull them out and then you basically speak on that topic. So that's what we're going to do today.
We have a list of questions that Merv pulled. So if these are trash, just know Merv.
No, they're about, okay, you got to say the word because I can't say the word.
Existential. They're existential questions. So basically we're about to like take a venture into our minds.
Yeah.
Out loud. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
My favorite movie is Inception. Have you seen
Inception? Is really good.
Bro, I
love those type of movies.
Me too. And I didn't realize until literally recently, like a couple weeks ago, those are sci-fi.
That's sci-fi?
That's sci-fi.
Scientific fiction?
Yeah.
Science fiction.
I used to be like, sci-fi, like that's for nerds. Yeah. I love sci-fi.
But is it really fiction though? Because the way Instagram ads be on our ass, I can't help but think that's a real thing.
Girl, that's the algorithms. That's them.
We've know, already, but they're listening to us. Yeah. They're programming us.
Yeah.
Let's get into this.
And we've agreed. But you know what? Okay, before we get into it, at some point we've all agreed, you know, when they're like, do you accept the terms of service?
Yeah.
And everybody scroll through them and say accept. Yeah. Somewhere in there we've accepted, this is going to be running in the background. Oh, this may or may not listen to the words that you may or may not say. So like at some point we've agreed to it. So,
I know, but it's also 3,000 words of lawyer lingo go. Y'all be writing this shit up. So it's y'all
and
fault.
I too scroll. Except
it's y'all fault. We got it because if y'all wrote it in plain layman's term, I feel like the terms and conditions that are 1,000 pages could be 1 page of like simple English.
They could, but I think that the practice of law is literally every single word takes on a different. It requires like a definition. So like, okay, this cup right here says snuggle season. Okay, yeah. It could say snuggle season, but like, how do you define snuggle? It's like, okay, to be up on somebody, and you what season?
Oh my god!
You know, like see, that's why so that's what
do your job.
That's why. That's why litigation happens. Like, there could be a rule that says don't cross the street, and somebody's like, okay, the boulevard or the avenue. You know, that's what the practice of law is. It's so intricate and detailed. That's why these agreements get so long, because you have to explain every single thing. But anyways.
I'm never reading them. I've never read one. We'll never read one. Yeah, so we're going to get into this. You know what this reminds me of? We should have a conspiracy theory episode. Because I be in my conspiracy theory bag.
Oh, boy.
You wouldn't want to do that? That
I'll sit here and listen to you.
No, you have to be engaged.
But you know. Okay.
Or like a crime one.
Oh, now you know.
Okay, we'll do a murder one.
Okay, well, if you're listening to this, please let us know if you want to hear an episode about conspiracy theories or crime. That's not our bag, but you know, we could.
No, I be listening to so much that I feel like
that is your
bag. Something.
Okay,
but not one of the super famous ones, because we all know about those.
Okay.
But okay, so we're gonna get into it. You pick first, and then I will pull up what the questions are. And we got these, so I want to credit the person who wrote this. So we got these questions from mantelligence.com.
Mantelligence.
I didn't wrote. It's not my website. It's not my website. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. What number did you pick?
6.
Number 6. Ooh, oh my God. We are starting heavy.
It's about to blow me. I'm already knowing.
Is there a God? And if so, what is his or her nature?
Bro, why would you start with
you picked it?
Is there a God?
Is there a God?
And if so,
what is their nature?
What is their nature? It's a her for sure, bro.
Okay.
So, you know what?
What?
I think that yes. But I think that it doesn't necessarily look like how we are taught in religion.
Yeah.
Like, God could be Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Just like the way God that things naturally, is like the natural way that things flow.
Yeah.
I think that we think of religion, and we've been programmed to think of religion like there's this person who's up there like, go do that.
Just
and you
cracking the whip every time
like
you do
an
something
active,
bad.
But like God could just very well be our state of being.
Yes.
And how it naturally flows.
I agree.
So like, that's probably like a half non-answer.
Yeah.
But if you look at like all the Bibles, there are some things that are just like common to all of them.
Yeah.
And then people start adding like their extra stuff. But like for the most part, religion is a set of instructions on how to live as a decent person.
Yeah.
Like at its most simple.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, don't kill people. Don't cheat on your person. Don't do this. Don't do that. We can all agree on those things.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think it has to be as complex as society has made it out to be.
I think there is a God. I think, like you just said, the way they paint the picture of God is just abysmal. Because I I'm trying to use big words. So I'm gonna take the GRE again. But I think the way that they frame God does a disservice to all of us, and I feel like that's why a lot of people run away from religion. I think that there definitely is a God, a spiritual being, but there's just the way that it's framed, especially in the church. Yeah, I don't think of them as a fearful being.
Yeah,
because they are an all-knowing God. They know everything that we're going to be doing in life. They know. They set us on this course, you know?
Yeah. I sometimes also question the way that church as we know it, like the churches have framed how active this being is in our lives. Because, you know, like sometimes they're like, okay, it's already written. Like when you're born, like everything that's going to happen to you, like has already been decided. But then on the other hand, it's like, don't do this because then something bad is going to. So it's like,
so it's conflicting.
It doesn't, I cannot imagine that there's some being, a puppet master right now, actively like, oh, you did that? Like, no. Then, life is a series of decisions. It's cause and effect. Like if I do something foul to you, you might respond in X, Y, and Z way. You know, I cannot imagine that it's as puppet stringy as we've been led to believe.
So with that, I think for me, I do kind of believe that our life has kind of been written.
Yeah.
But then the rules in the Bible, a lot of that is man-made.
Oh,
so yes, like bro. When we talk about that's why I take the Bible as kind of just like a study guide, a structure. Yes. What's that thing you write before you write a paper? What's that called?
Outline.
An outline. Because some of them it's just like, okay, now I know for sure. Yeah, God didn't tell you to write this in the Bible.
But you know what? Think about it. The Bible, all of the Bibles are man-made.
That's like a different version. King James wrote one.
It's different versions. And think about right now. Say 1,000 years from now, somebody had wrote a book today and they're worshiping that book. What if Dr. Umar wrote that book?
Yeah.
What if Kanye West wrote that book? You know, what if I wrote that book? What if you wrote that book? Like
someone's interpretation of
someone's interpretation of
what we should
some happenings. Yeah. So of course you would never take the random person next to you's word for like, I'm about to do exactly that. No, you just wouldn't. So like I think that we should see religion in a similar way.
True.
Let's go to the next question.
We're gonna keep going.
And God.
God said number 15.
Okay, let me tell you what it is.
Oh, it's a good one.
It says
you about to blow me.
What are we a part of?
What that mean? What does that mean?
What are we part of?
A part of what?
You tell me.
But you know what? Okay. I like this question because, like I told you, I'm like super into conspiracy theories and things like that. So I think we are a part of. We already know we're a part of like the system. What the system is, I'm not exactly sure. I'm still working on the answer, but I do like believe. I'm gonna kind of take a sharp right turn right here, but I do believe in parallel universes.
Okay.
So aliens, I feel like anything is possible because like when you look at the Earth and then you like see the different planets and then the galaxy that we're in and then the millions of galaxies that we're in, I feel like it's impossible for us to think of our current being as like the only or the I don't think we're the center. We're just one of many, and in each one they center themselves. So we're right to center ourselves because that's what we know. Right. That's what we've been programmed to do. Yeah. But I do believe that we are part of a larger system. That's what I believe.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that. And I agree with the parallel universe thing.
Yes.
You know what? And even if not parallel, just like some sort of like
reincarnation
of certain like situations or people or something like that. Like I remember telling one of my friends like, oh, like trying to describe like a connection that felt like very deep.
Yeah.
And the sentiment was like, oh, you might have known that person in a past life. Yeah. And I'm like, because like what, and I don't know if there's truth in it or if there's value in it, but it in that moment it sounded like, yeah. Perhaps.
It makes sense.
So yeah, but I too think that we are part of a bigger thing. Mm-hmm. You know what? Sometimes I have these strange thoughts. Like, say for instance, you see like some ants, okay? Yeah. And it seems like so minuscule. Yeah. But like in their world, what they're doing is important. Like they're living lives and perhaps they're having like relationships. So like
they are. I think they do.
I think so. So is it that like could we perhaps be like the ants of someone else's situation? Like everything that we think is like so important and I'm living my life, there could be some greater like level and we're down here doing like pesky stuff to them. Who knows?
I think so because that's what that's what we think of ants and like
animals. It's
animals
like, oh,
and
they're
stuff like that. But they have their own rules, their own system.
And they're living full lives.
Yeah.
So who's to say that?
Yeah, and then that's why also deja vu exists. I be having deja vu a lot. I'm like, what the fuck? This feel real familiar.
Yeah, what is that?
It's called deja vu.
Girl, that's what I know what it is. I'm saying like what you're saying, like that's why it happens. What are you saying? Like
that's why deja vu happens. It's because
it's a similar sentiment from the past.
Yeah. Okay. Because when you're talking about like you've been here before, or if you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why we have deja vu. I feel like it's like low key. A higher power. I don't know exactly if it's God, but like some type of higher something that probably just be fucking with us. Like,
you think so?
I feel like that's pretty possible.
I feel like that's possible. It could also be like some sort of scientific thing, like there's some sort of like the way that your nerves are interacting or something, like some sense. Like sometimes a certain smell will bring back like a memory, and then it'll make you think of this, that, and the other, and then all of a sudden you feel like you were in that same place from before.
That could be it.
You're like, I mean, no, I think they pulling strings. Okay, next question.
You pick, yeah.
I gotta do my Duolingo. Okay, it's 11.
Does truth exist without evidence? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah.
Without evidence.
But this is so matters what you define what evidence is.
I'm thinking of evidence in the legal context. I hate my brain for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I think that truth exists without evidence. I think that the truth is just the truth.
The truth. Yeah.
Evidence is pieces of the truth.
That is true. It's supporting facts of the truth, right? Because the truth already exists, that's for sure.
But the
then
truth
the
is
evidence
there.
Comes in and backs it up, like
I feel like
in the murder case.
Evidence is just like truth adjacent, like it was there when the truth took place. If that makes sense. This is, you know what? If any of our listeners are listening to this episode like under the influence of anything, they're probably like,
"Oh, we probably should have did it when we were."
We should have tried. We should have tried some stuff. And like, the world is crazy. We are sober, ladies and gentlemen. But if you're not, you probably are somewhere tripped out right now.
Because even on a clear brain, I'm like, what the fuck?
Right, like, but yeah, I think that the truth exists without evidence because the truth is the truth.
I agree. I feel like that's pretty straightforward.
Okay, next.
It's true. Like, you're wearing golden hoop earrings. That's just a fact. That's true. You wouldn't need, like, an evidence, right? That you're wearing gold hoop earrings.
No. Right?
Yeah, because it's the truth.
Okay. All right, next
question.
Okay,
we're going to talk ourselves out of it.
Okay.
Number 7.
7 is, why do you think we're here?
Bruh. I don't know. Why do I think we're here?
That's a great question, though. Like, why are we here?
I don't know, but, like, this just came to my mind. You know how, like, they say, well, obviously it's true because we do have it, but, like, you know how, like, there's the whole story of Adam and Eve, like, in the garden, and God gave them these clear instructions, and da-da-da-da-da, thus, you know, human will?
Free
will, you know, became born from that.
Yes.
So I think that, what's the question, why we're here?
Yeah.
Maybe to put that theory to test, like how far can we actually go as a human race, having this free will to do literally whatever we want.
So we are an experiment.
That could very well be it. I don't know what else are we doing here? Because think about it, everything in this world is fake. You know, obviously we're real, but like concepts, you know, like for example, capitalism, fake as fuck. Money, fake as hell.
Okay.
Stuff like
we give it value.
We give everything value because we have that free will.
Okay, so you're saying
yeah. So I'm saying that like we're here to test how far we go as humans.
Okay. To see how far we advance as a society, knowing that we don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
we can choose.
We can choose. We can go the good route, but there's also this bad option.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, maybe it's just we're just here like living a life of decisions.
Yeah, I mean, I always say that life is just a series of decisions. I think when I think of like why are we here as individuals, it's an easier answer with respect to other humans.
Yeah.
It can be like, I'm here to help other humans, or I'm here to guide someone else, or I'm here, you know, or just to be, or to feel. But like with regard to the universe, what the hell do humans have to offer? What are we contributing to the moon?
We're so small in all these millions of galaxies. That's why I've been really like trying to figure out like how I can tap into my dreams low key. To like, you know how you can like actually control your dreams? It's called lucid dreaming. You can like actually control your dreams. But I low-key want to get to a point where I can tap into that so I can see like what other parallel universes like look like beyond here. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. It's probably something super scientific or whatever the heck. But I feel like our minds, like we only use like what is like 3% of our brains. Yeah. There's so much unlocked power in there. I feel like once we can figure out a way to reach that, I don't know if like the powers that be will allow us to get to that point, because it might be like super dangerous. But then again, we live in a super dangerous world anyway.
This is like a movie. This is a sci-fi movie. Like, I'm trying to stretch the brain, and then the bad guys are like, she's trying to stretch the brain.
No, like my federal agent is watching me. Like when I get home, they're gonna be outside my my apartment because I'm talking crazy. But like,
okay, who you did that question? So it's me now.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío. Yo mío. Okay, the number is 14.
Okay. What is the difference between living and existing?
Yeah. Okay, I think that to exist is just to be here, and to live is to enjoy the fruits of life. So I feel like existing is just neutral presence, and living is tapping into your senses, I'll say. Touch, sight, hear, smell, taste, all that. I think the more you tap into your senses, the more I would consider it living.
That's true. I agree. And I can also, just add to that a little bit by saying, like, existing, you know how I said, like, everything's fake? Mm-hmm. Like, you can sit in that and wallow in that and just exist. And just be like you said. But then living, you can, like, try to figure out what your purpose is here on Earth during however long you're meant to live.
Yeah.
And tapping into that and,
so it's
just finding your purpose. I feel like living is just finding whatever your purpose is. And I feel like sometimes people have multiple purposes, but like...
Can we talk about it? I had just tweeted about that the other day. Like, I think I saw this why are we so conditioned to figure out, like, okay, get good at this thing and then you do that forever. Like, okay, I'm 26 and I am a lawyer now, so y'all want me to ride the lawyer train until I life die.
Is like 100 years old.
Bro. 80 years, it's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to know all the judges and their families and their kids. Like, no, like, why can't you get good at multiple things? Yeah. And another thing, and I saw this on Instagram somewhere, like a quote, not everything is meant for you to be great at.
That's true.
You could try things. Yes. Like, okay, I think I mentioned this on another episode, or maybe just talking that my auntie said that she tried to play the guitar for 3 years and she did not. She was like, no, but I tried it. Like, we're not meant to be good at everything.
And that's okay.
Just try it, and if you enjoy it, do it.
I agree with that. I think we all have multiple purposes. Just like how on Girlfriends, remember when Joan was like a lawyer, woo-woo, then she's like, I don't like this anymore. I'm going to open a bar. Yeah. And she did that.
I think that everyone, but you know what? And this is all, it always comes to like capitalism shaming. Ugh. A lot of things that we do and ways that we're programmed is are symptoms of the system that we live in. Because it's like, okay, do this thing, and if it's making you money and it's feeding you and it puts a roof over your head, it's risky to go do something else because you might not have those luxuries. So like, if we didn't live in this kind of society, it might be like, I mean, I'm going to have money regardless, so let me go try this and let me take time for that. But that's just not, it's not America.
You know how they say, like, capitalism breeds innovation? I don't think that's true because, like, imagine, like, how many people who are truly, like, innovative, who have, like, these great ideas, but they can't put it to, they can't bring it to life because they have to do something else that's going to be able to sustain them, their family, and things like that. I feel like capitalism, it breeds innovation to the 1%. Because they have the space, the time.
Yeah,
people
that's true.
have whole incubator labs to bring their ideas to life and stuff like that a lot of people don't have access to.
I feel like capitalism breeds competitive innovation.
Yeah, unhealthily
competitive innovation, because it's teaching people, okay, if you can think of a good idea that's better than that guy next to you, then you could wrestle him down and you could climb to the top. That's what capitalism is by nature, the haves and the the have-nots. So it's like,
and we'll never haves. We forget that part.
Yeah, too far to even think about having. Yeah,
even the way they frame capitalism, the whole, pull yourself up by the bootstrap.
We don't got no boots. No boots.
Buckles broken as shit. How you gonna pull yourself up? Your buckles are broken. Like, capitalism is the devil.
Okay.
But, we answered that question.
Next question is you.
I think so. 13.
What do we most need in this world?
What do we need in this world? Do you have to just do one thing or do like a few thing? I feel like in this world, we need to start just giving a fuck about other people. Plain and simple. If we can take a step back, have some humility and see the humanity in other people, I feel like we'd advance so much further as a society. Given we've gotten so far, with freaking airplanes and stuff like that. Yeah. But I feel like we have little petty things like hunger, housing crises, all this, debt and stuff like that. Yeah. And I feel like it could easily, literally, the top 1% just wake up and be like, okay, all of this doesn't exist anymore. They could literally do that. And everybody's quality of life will go up by 1,000%.
Yeah.
But they don't want to because they're so into themselves, they're so into, whenever there's a hierarchy, you're never going to have any semblance of peace or equality or anything like that. There's always going to be someone that's going to be left out.
Yeah.
So I think we need to start caring about other people. We got to put people before profits.
Okay. So you think just plain old compassion?
Because it doesn't exist. Not in this. Maybe in the parallel universe I was talking about. Maybe so. Maybe now when we talk about something different on our podcast. Yeah. But we don't have any compassion. I remember on the last episode I told you that story about Jeff Bezos and that guy, not Jeff Bezos him directly, but his company, basically creating the same product as that person and then knocking them out. Yeah. What type of shit is that?
Yeah, that's pointless.
And they already have billions of dollars. They don't even pay taxes. Yeah. What more can you want? Yeah. That's someone's livelihood. That's someone's business.
Yeah. It's so interesting because I think of going to Cuba. Mm-hmm. I love Cuba. Yeah. The people are so poor though. Yeah. But they are so happy. I'm like, y'all sure you good? What's happening? But they don't have capitalism. They have communism. Mm-hmm. So everybody, at least for the most part, kind of not, but sort of, gets to eat. And they just live a life that's just so rich in culture. Yeah. It's so weird to think about. And they don't like America. They don't like the American government because they were trying to come in with capitalism. Yeah. And, it's interesting. I feel like the grass is always green on the other side, but truly compassion. I think about a place like Cuba with more money. Yeah. They would be thriving. They would be so happy. So yeah, I agree.
Right. And then that always leads back to the conversation that even with the U.S., with the audacity that they have to even try to do that in Cuba, wow, how many people are homeless here? Yeah. How many people live below the poverty line?
That's such a great point you make about poverty. Why no one should be homeless here? No one. There's enough money formulating. There's enough industry.
There's an influx of money in this country.
There's no reason that anybody should be homeless. And like you said earlier, we give money value. Yeah. So, like, the government could easily just be like, you can have this house for free.
Yeah.
Like, you can go, they could easily do that.
Right. Or at the very least, if you want to, like, still keep the value of money, let that match with the inflation. Because the fact that over the years, minimum wage has went from $5 to $8, but the price went from $500 to $1,200 for the same type of space.
Yeah,
now that doesn't make any sense.
It's crazy.
In the world's richest country, like, some things just really don't make sense to me. And America is one of those things.
Wealth, riches are just so unequally distributed here that it's crazy that we could even say that we are the richest country. And it reminds me of, like, diversity. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, we're so diverse, but then, like, super segregated. Yeah. It's like, okay, but that doesn't even really count. Like, okay, nobody in leadership is Black, but everybody who's working in the warehouse is. Okay. Y'all can't say that you're diverse for real, but it reminds me of that. Okay. Next question.
Is it my turn or yours?
Oh, it's me. Oh, boy.
Okay, big.
Okay. Dang. 18. This is going to undoubtedly blow me.
How do you know you're not dreaming right now?
I don't.
That's the thing.
How do I know I'm not dreaming?
How do you know you're not dreaming right now?
Because I woke up this morning.
Right, but what if that's part of the dream?
No.
Inception.
Inception is your favorite movie. I know, but I literally want to say, based on what I learned in Inception, I know that this is reality.
How do you know that this is reality? What proof do you have that this is reality, like, right now?
My senses.
Okay, but we can.
You can't feel.
Yes, you can.
Things feel based on Inception.
In a dream, because you someone would finna fall.
Someone would have had to construct this to feel exactly how it feels in reality. I feel these things every day.
Right, because that's how our brains are working.
I know I'm up. Okay. I know I'm up. Next caller.
I don't know if I can say for 100% that we're not dreaming right now. Cause, like, we, like, in this, even it could be a series of dreams. Like, obviously,
a dream inside a dream.
Yeah.
Inception.
Exactly.
Because
we're a galaxy inside of a galaxy inside of a galaxy inside of a galaxy. So why wouldn't we be a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream?
This not exciting enough for that.
So
on Inception, they be lit inside the dream.
Okay, but they were hunting them down most of the movie. So
this is not lit like that. So this is reality.
I say we can't be sure.
I would not be dreaming. I wouldn't be at work.
You can't control your dreams. You can't control your dreams. That's why we just talking about how weird our dreams be.
I wouldn't be working if I was in a dream. I would be on a beach right now.
Right.
My subconscious controls my dreams. I think that your dreams go to either, like, your happy place or, like, a difficult place or whatever. My dreams will be me on a beach in Bora Bora, okay? I wouldn't have work today.
Every single dream is not going to be like that. Every time you
Bali,
dream,
the next one.
So it's going to be, like, different.
Okay, anyways.
Do you dream about that now? No, because we just talking about how weird your dreams be.
Them be daydreams.
In conclusion, we cannot be sure that none of us are dreaming right now. Even
are you dreaming? Listening to this podcast right now? Not you.
Oh,
anyways.
Okay, it's my turn. Number 20.
Number 20 is, wow, why do people hurt each other?
Yeah. I think, based on absolutely nothing but just my thoughts, I think that people hurt each other because of that free will that we were talking about earlier. We have the free will to make the decision whether good or bad. We have the choice of treating people good, or we have the choice of treating people bad. But sometimes, subconsciously, we want to see how far we are willing to go. And on the other hand, sometimes we are dealing maybe with something deeper or want someone to feel the pain that we're feeling or are trying to cover something. so we're going to treat them in X way. So I think it could be a valley of things.
Okay.
It can be the free will. It can be like, you know, you just fucking with somebody or you feel it some way.
Okay. I think I had never thought of it your way. I think that I always thought of a certain thing when I think of why do people hurt each other. And I think it's because humans are inherently selfish. So just like you said, well, so that ties into the free will thing. Like, because humans are inherently selfish and only care about them, when they hurt another person, that's not hurting yourself. So you choose to put whatever your emotion is over considering that person.
Exactly.
So when I've been hurt in the past, I just feel like, okay, you just don't care about me.
Yeah.
You just care about you because you ain't walk away hurt. I did, and you knew I would. So, yeah, I think it's selfishness.
I agree. And you know how, like, in the Bible, they talk about, like, the Garden of Eden and how we're, you know, that's kind of like where we were supposed to be until motherfuckers found out they was naked. And, I feel like in there, had we stayed in that state, our feelings would have been much more controlled. But because we were not in the Garden of Eden, then we developed different types of emotions that are good, emotions that are bad. And I think that kind of leads into the story of Cain and Abel.
Okay.
Because then there kind of grew like feelings of jealousy, which led to a murder.
Okay.
You know, because we were not in that space where everything was super controlled and super positive, super
You're
happy
saying
and
there's
good.
too many variables that contribute
on
to
own. Right. Because once Adam and Eve kind of ate the apple, it was a done deal.
And you know what?
Motherfuckers was like, you know what? Y'all on your own.
I think Adam ate the apple, bro.
That's why they got Adam's apples. Why you got the evidence stuck in your throat?
Whoa!
Why is the evidence stuck in your throat?
Adam ate that apple and blamed it on Eve, and that's why we have
honestly,
menstrual cycles.
I think maybe it was like, don't eat this type of apple, and maybe Eve took, one of the other type of fruits, and then Adam was like, let me take this apple.
But
and that's why it got stuck in his throat.
But you know what? Just like we were saying earlier, I don't think the Bible is meant to be taken as
literally.
So like nobody
make sense of the world and that type of stuff be making sense to
nobody
me.
Ate an apple. It could have just been like
an axe.
Someone knew, that they should not. It might not have even been anyone who said don't do this. It was just someone who knew they shouldn't have done something and they did it anyway.
Guilty about it.
Yeah, it could be guilt.
Yeah.
Okay, we are solving all the problems with the world today.
Book us.
Is your time
or whatever.
It's your turn or mine. Right, we read fortune. Tarot cards.
I think that was my
I'm your girl.
So it's your turn. Wait. Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Ooh, this one of my favorite numbers. 8.
Number 8.
Squad.
Ooh, what's our biggest mistake as humans? Ciao.
Biggest mistake as humans in general? Let me make sure. Turn to the side. For anyone who's listening and not watching, my head looks a complete mess, so I have to turn to the side so that my kitchens don't show.
Yes.
Okay, biggest mistake as humans, I think would probably tie into everything that we've been saying, just like being selfish and not compassionate for others. Like taking our own circumstances so serious that we either harm others or don't consider others or don't, because it don't be that deep. Like everything that people be, no, I need to claw you and move you. It's not that deep. And I also feel like people have a false sense of like their destiny overlapping with other people's. I don't think it do. So like I can be successful and you can be successful and you can be successful in all of our own different lanes. Like they don't overlap. Someone doing well is not going to hinder you in any way. So I think if people would rid themselves of that thought, they would perhaps be more kind and compassionate to other people, because you wouldn't feel like you need to be better or.
Right.
What do you think?
Capitalism. That's kind of my
answer
my
to
personality.
everything.
Yeah, that's my personality. Like, capitalism is the worst thing that's ever happened to humanity. And not to say that like I favor communism or socialism or anything like that. I might, but not to say that I do. But like, I just feel like we were just meant to just live in like in a communal setting, kind of working together, helping each other. That's what I feel like we were supposed to be.
Yeah. Community, just flow,
just
live your life.
Going with the flow.
And you know what? If you think of like how they presented like Native American communities back in the day, like, okay, you are here in this town and everyone plays their role. And then you know, y'all make it do what it do. It's not about, okay, I need to be better than you. It's like, okay, here's my role. Here's yours. They're not the same. Truck along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now with capitalism, you got all types of problems. Like I said, housing, hunger. You know, you got the environmental problems. You got, you know, people losing their minds. You know, depression, dying. It's so much stuff that comes with being in this type of society. It's like, maybe this is not, you know, working out. Let's try something new.
Let's take some time apart.
You know, let's try something new. That's when people are like, oh, so you're a communist? I don't know, but I ain't a capitalist.
Yeah.
Let's try something new. Let's see if something else could work out for everybody.
Yeah.
But you got to go back to that selfishness. People are so selfish.
Yeah.
They only care about, you know, how good they look, how, you know, how smart they are, how much money they're making, how much better than they are than the next person, that you can't even take a step back. You know, step away from the material things, step away from the hypotheticals, you know, everything like that. Just step away and see, like, damn, this world's fucked up. That's one thing we can all agree on from top to bottom.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. All right. I chose, right?
Yeah.
It's not that many. I lied. It's not many. 24.
You answered this.
What?
Do you think a parallel universe exists?
Yes.
Okay, bam. We get through the questions fast.
I do.
4.
Number 4.
That was my club and then your club.
Yeah. How do we measure life? How do we measure life?
How do we measure life? Right now.
Yeah.
Measure it.
How do you measure life? What's your measurement of life?
Of life.
That's what they're asking. What's your measurement of life?
Measurement of life.
How do you measure life?
Currently, we measure it by time.
Okay.
But if they're asking for something more existential, like how do you measure like the value of one's life?
So when someone dies, how do you measure their life?
You'd be like, they was alive for X years.
So time is that's your measurement.
It says do we?
How do we?
As a society.
They're asking, this is an existential question. This is what you think.
How do we
measure life?
Okay, I think that on the more literal side, we typically measure life by how long you were living. But on the more existential side, like how do we measure like the value of one's life? Mm-hmm. I think like in chances they took, or in, you know, life that they lived, in experiences. There you go. In experiences.
This is literally the opening to, you remember the rant? 525,600 minutes.
That was a hit. Hey.
How do you measure? It was talking about a year.
Yeah.
In daylights,
in sunsets,
in cups of coffee,
in inches, in miles, in laughter, and strides. Strides?
Laughter and strides.
Smiles?
Strides.
Whatever. Okay. That's the answer.
500. Shout out to Rent. Shout out to Rent.
It's you. Go.
What?
You pick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Not us singing, though. That was mostly Merv because I get thinking for real.
Shut up. 21. 21?
Is one lifetime enough time?
Hell no.
All right.
It's not enough.
One lifetime. But you know what? I think it should be, and it could be if our circumstances were different. Like if our society didn't condition us how we are, you would live so many lives in this one life if you had the opportunity. Yeah, if you had infinite resources, you could do
which we do.
You could live. I mean, we don't have access to, right? They exist. You could live okay, I want to live here 1 year and I want to live there and I want to try these foods and do these things. I think that a lifetime could be enough, but you just have to get to that point. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why we are like, as a society, told like you need to get to the money. Yeah. Because when you get to the money, that's when you get to the freedom. That is true. It's unfortunate that it's that way, that our society is like that. But it's like, okay, if by 25 you can have hella money, then from 25 until 100 or whatever, you can go splurge and live your life. But if it takes you till you're 60 to get that money, this is so sad. Okay, next caller. Next caller.
Scary. Did I just choose?
Yeah, and I answered.
And you answered my question. Anyway.
Do you have any more to say?
No, I mean, you kind of said a mouthful, but
up again. Oh, it's kind of sad.
17.
17.
Yeah. 17.
Where do you think we come from?
Bro, chicken or egg? You know?
Yeah.
Chicken or egg? Before we become like, you know, in the stomach and, you know, uterus doing all that other stuff, I have no freaking clue. I feel like this is the one portion I haven't visited. Where do we come from?
Who was the first thing being? Ooh. We come from plants, bro.
You think we come from plants? I for damn sure don't think we come from monkeys. What was his name? Charles Darwin?
I think that we
smoking crack. That's what he was smoking. I don't think we come from monkeys.
I think that we do.
You think we come from monkeys?
I think that humans.
Then why did some monkeys get left behind?
They didn't go fast enough.
So we just came from one big monkey ball?
Huh?
We just came from monkey balls?
One big monkey ball.
Right? Because
this episode,
I've never understood. I feel like this question is so beyond us. Like, it's something that's like, even if we were ever to get the answer, okay, this is going to sound morbid, but I swear to God, I am okay, and I'm not thinking about any threats against myself, or violence against myself. But this is why I kind of can't, I don't even say it. I'm not gonna put that in the universe.
This is why you can't.
I'm not gonna put that in the universe. I'm not gonna put that in the universe. It's gonna.
I hate when people do that.
It's gonna sound weird.
Okay. Anyways, go.
It's gonna sound weird, but I feel like this question of like where we come from, even like once we are able to find out like this is how the world was made, people was made, and I feel like millions of years down the line that, you know, our souls will be able to kind of like, you know, figure stuff out. I feel like it's going to be something that we just will not even still be able to fathom or comprehend.
I think we came from plants.
Okay, go ahead and pick that up. Because you just blew me.
I swear I'm sober. I agree with you that in a bajillion years, no one's going to know the answer. Yeah. But I think in 2 bajillion years, plants. Okay, because think about how plants react. Like, Earth at its like basic form is like dirt. Yeah. And then we're dirt and in water. These planets, dirt, water, the sun be interacting with plants. You see how plants interact with. Then there's the Venus flytrap that can trap stuff in it. Like,
you think that's how we're born?
I mean, I feel like perhaps we evolved from
plants.
We evolved from something, bro. Yeah. We didn't just like wake up. I think that monkeys.
Just because we both got opposable thumbs.
I think monkeys evolved as well, but like, can you say that they're it seems to me like they are a less advanced version of a human.
They are, and they stinky.
So perhaps but
I just
their stuff didn't.
Yeah, but I think it's like one of those things like I have no idea because I haven't really visited this because like I don't even know where to start. But once we do figure it out, it's gonna be something like so like, oh my God, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. I got sneeze. I'm gonna keep that in there too, so they know we're real people. You choose.
Real people in the midst of a pandemic sneezing.
Hey, I just got my test.
Yeah, negative. Yeah. Okay, I'm 22, and we should probably start
wrapping it
ending
up.
The episode. Ooh. How many? Has it been 10 more minutes?
Bro, that's sick. It's 10:57. How the fuck does 10 minutes go? I swear, when I was in college, 10 minutes never went by that fast.
10, 11, 12. Okay, we have 4 more minutes.
Okay, what was your number?
22.
Do we want others to be more like us, or do we want to be more like others?
It depends on if you're a good person. I think I'm pretty decent. So I be wanting more me's. You know what? Yeah.
What?
I think it depends on who you are. But I think in my life, when I think of like how I am with other people, like how I love on people, I want more me's.
Do we want others to be more like us, or do we want to be more like others?
Be more like me, darling.
I don't even understand this question.
I don't think it's meant to be understood.
I know.
I think that all these questions are meant for us to make meaning in them and then just say whatever.
Do we want... I feel like in the world of social media, as a society, we want to be more like others. Because think about it. All the IG girls look the same.
Yeah.
You know, all like the... You know, like, I'm just going to use like pop culture, or like people in pop culture as like or music and stuff like that. All the rappers kind of sound the same, dress the same, got the same type of like thought almost. It's just like they just want to clone. There's not a lot of like people like that just like stand out for just being themselves.
Yeah.
Especially people who have high platforms.
This is true.
You can see a lot of people are just like
doing the same stuff.
You find a trend and then you jump on it.
They're doing what works. Yeah. I think that social media also gives us a false sense of like commonality. Like, oh, everybody looks like that. But then you walk out on the street and people don't look like that. It's just these people who are like, they have such a platform that it makes us believe that that's normal. Yeah. And perhaps in LA, but when I be walking around Chicago, people don't look like that. It's like an alternate universe, and even those people might not look like that.
But they
face tune themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think we lean more towards the wanting to be like others, or there's something that's like unattainable until you make it attainable.
I think that's ego. I think it's like a want to be like liked, accepted, appreciated. Yeah. Like, because if you see Kim Kardashian getting all this attention, then that might make you want to be like her. Yeah. If you see someone, and if that's the kind of thing that you want, that's the kind of thing that you'll do. Yeah, so that's true. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Okay, your turn.
25.
What makes you special?
Child.
This is such a pageant answer.
I am a
oh my God.
Can you repeat the question, please?
What makes you special?
What makes me special is that
world peace.
Stephanie. Yeah. Bro, our line sister Steph, when we were like, what's it called, Rush?
Yeah, we were at the beginning.
The beginning to become AKAs. She was in the meetings. Obviously, everybody's trying to impress. And this girl gonna say she want world peace as one of her answers.
That's the most pageant answer. And she used to do pageants, so it makes sense. The most pageant-y.
I was just like, when I heard that, I was like, I know that girl didn't make it.
And then you looking at...
I was like, that's a nut answer. But you know what? She's here. We love her dearly.
Yes.
But what makes me special? Bro, I'm just myself. That's what makes me special. And I think that's what makes everybody special. It's like, there's only ever going to be one you. Think about that. In this state, in the way that you think right now, even if you are reincarnated, that's going to be a different version of yourself because you don't been here before.
Yeah.
So what makes me is me.
Boom. Okay. Good answer. Oh, mine will be my heart. That's like the same thing.
Your heart, yeah.
My heart is just so me.
I was about to say, because no one can have your heart, but, you know, if you are organ donor, somebody could have your heart.
Okay, but no one has my heart in theory. Because at the end of the day, like you said, I'm me. No one else could be me. And what's led me to be me is a series of decisions and things that happen. Yeah. Like something happened and it felt good or it felt bad or whatever. Whatever this formulation is, though, it's raw.
That is true.
That's me. Okay, next. Ow. Okay.
We almost done with it.
12. Amen.
12.
Let that church say amen.
If you could watch everything that happened. Okay, let me read that over again so I can sound a little bit smart. If you could watch everything that happened in your life until now, would you enjoy it? If you watch,
that's a good question. You're like
that,
like on Netflix, like embryo. Ooh, what would mine be called? I gotta think about it. Okay, I think I would enjoy it.
You would?
Yeah, I mean, there's parts that are dark and parts that were difficult and parts that were terrible. But you know what the best part of that is that I got through them.
Okay.
So like,
I'm still here.
Tisha, you spoke to me, but yeah,
that might be the song for this one.
I think, yeah, let's put that at the beginning. No, I think that's legitimately, like, I think of difficult times and I'll think of like the music that I listened to, and I was just like in a dark place, and I can listen to that music now, and it's like, dang, I got through that. Right. Like, if I can do that, then anything. I can do anything. So I will watch my story and cry. Mm-hmm. And yeah, what about you?
I would definitely enjoy it. I always said, like, dang, I wish my life was, like, recorded. Yeah. Or I used to wish I was, those people that exist that remember every single thing in their life since they were, like, kids. Yeah. I wish I was that type of person so I could remember things. Yeah.
You should start writing down your life.
I should.
We're doing this.
But then I'd be like writing all sloppy and shit. But what the hell did I say? But I think I would enjoy it. But I would cringe a lot also because my mom used to try all types of hairstyles in my hair. And let's just say it was a little bit traumatizing.
That's hilarious. A lot of, it was definitely some cringe-worthy times. Well, you grow even...
Did I ever tell you that I wore a prom dress to my 5th grade graduation?
All right. Next caller. Next caller, please.
If you ever met my mom, you know why. 9.
Oh, number 9 is what we perceive reality or just a construct of our minds. Here they go again.
Construct of our minds, period.
What we perceive. Okay.
I think we're living like in a construct of something.
We should ask people this on social media.
We should ask these questions.
I'm just going to, in the interest of time,
just go.
Construct of our minds. We've talked about inception and a dream.
We might be able to make it through, right?
Maybe.
Yes.
23. Okay, let's go.
It's kind of dark.
Go.
Is suicide justifiable?
All right, next caller. I'm just gonna pick another one.
Yeah,
and act like that one didn't happen.
That's really politically incorrect.
Yeah, very. Okay. 19.
Are we alone in the universe? We touched on this.
Are we alone in the universe? Yeah, we are not.
No. I believe in all that shit. Aliens.
Yeah.
I feel like there is.
What if we're the aliens?
We could be.
Like, what if somebody's like, oh, what? Like, it's some
ugly. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's some other beings, and it do. You like you just said, it be some foul faces. Go.
I think we are not alone.
Agreed.
Like I said, it's 1 million plus galaxies. Number 16.
Oh, that's my my birthday is January 16th. Anybody
Number 16.
Capricorn gang. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like,
you're supposed to do your job.
Happy birthday to me. Okay, where do you think we go when we die?
Okay.
Hell for you.
You're coming with me.
We on the train.
Pass. Where do I think we go? So I feel like once we die, obviously our body is just like destroyed. But I think
our soul.
The way I picture Judgment Day, I don't think it's going to go down like this, but like I would like it to go down like this.
Okay, let's hear it.
But I think there definitely is an in-between period that people have been in for however long this earth has been since the first person that died up until now. I think there's a holding space until this actual sphere of earth is like completely done with. That's when
we all either go
face judgment.
Okay, bro. So,
and I feel like on Judgment Day, I'm just putting it out there. I really just want to figure out some of like my favorite murder mysteries. I just want answers to those.
That's what you going is Judgment Day, and you just want to know who killed
Jean Benet for real. I think he was her brother, but I want to make sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And what happened to Madeleine McCann?
Okay. Wow, that's very interesting.
And I feel like it's going to be, okay, this is where it kind of gets like, I go, take a ride down the hill, come back around. Is that I be feeling like it's going to be like a TV screen. Everybody's going to go one by one.
You think it's going to be Flavor of Love. You get a rose. Or you
and don't get a rose. Be like, pulling up all your shit. But it's going to go by quick in that time, but it's going to probably take millions of years because there's so many people. That's why I say it goes left. But, the first half,
okay.
I think that's what happens. And God gave me this mind. You should talk to him or her.
Her.
You should talk to her. You should talk to them.
I think that when we die, our souls go and do other things. Like humans, we're one part of this world. Yeah. But like there's so much more. So I feel like maybe my soul will go into something I cared about. A dance studio.
You're going to be a dance studio when you die?
No, like I think that or like a plant or some. I think that my soul will continue to live through something else. I don't know. A dance studio and a leotard was a terrible example, okay? But I think that it just goes on to live. Like, what if it's like through a music note or something, like a song?
But that's going to be always in
the
physical realm. I feel like there's different realms too. Outside of like parallel universes, I think there are realms too. Like we're currently in the physical being. Like when you die, like yes, your soul, it will be.
I think that my soul,
musical notes, but then like your actual, like where does the actual soul go?
I don't know, but my essence has got to be somewhere after.
And that's the question. That's why I be wanting to know, like, what happens when you die? I be wanting people like. Like for real, die and come back, but like not like the fake stories you hear. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
But like to like actually like,
what if
I don't know? There has to be a chosen one.
What if death feels like how it feels when you're asleep under anesthesia?
Yes, sign me up. Wait, hold on.
Knock on wood.
It's not wood. What is this? Ceramic. Let me scoop it.
Concrete.
That felt like concrete too.
Okay, so yeah, maybe death feels like anesthetic sleep, and in the event that it does, it feels like peace.
Mm-hmm. My only issue with dying is the possibility of never ever reconnecting with people that I know in this life ever again.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know.
That's the thing. Like I feel like we would. You know how people be like, oh, my grandma visited me, my so-and-so visited me. So I feel like there's some element of remembrance. You know how like people say like someone helped them transition over. Like, when spirit guides talk about like, oh,
okay, I believe. Yeah.
So I think there is some level of connection.
Yeah.
I think there can be a level of connection and also you still doing your own thing. But how that actually looks like, I'm not quite sure. I mean, no one knows.
No one knows.
We just make up things.
Yep.
And also I think when you die, like your whole life flashes before you. And then you keep living again until everybody dies. But that's another thought.
I'd be making some different choices. I'd be skirt out the gym. Okay, go.
Okay. 5.
Number 5 is, what do you think your purpose is?
I have no clue. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Oh my gosh, have you seen the movie Soul?
Yeah. Oh my God. Now, I don't want to experience nothing like that, but like, I don't know what my purpose in life is. Okay, I always say like it's to help people because like everything that I think of, like I'm not so money driven. Like money really don't make me go crazy like that. Like obviously it's a nice to have, and you know you work hard for it because you have to. But like I don't think it's like anything like monetary or like stuff like that or materialistic. So I really do want to help people because ever since I was a young child, I was like, I need to start like a nonprofit and I work for a nonprofit for 2 years. So I think it's like something surrounding that, but I just don't know what exactly it is. I haven't pinpointed it yet.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I think there's this book that I started reading. It's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, IKICAIGI or something, Ikigai or something. I'm not sure. It's like a concept
The letters ain't even compute in my mind.
It's I'll show you the book. and maybe we can put it in the description. It's like I think it's Japanese. It's basically like about finding what your purpose is, and it's where like your interests overlap with something that helps other people, overlaps with something that makes you feel good. I'm butchering this, but like this is basically the general concept, and the thing that's in the middle of it is what your purpose is. So I feel like I don't know what my purpose is, but I can think of like one section, like the things I'm good at and the things that I want to do, and
Yeah.
So who knows? But
literally, who knows?
Something.
Yeah.
And many things. Okay.
That's true.
Is my turn?
Yep.
10.
What is a person? Is it mind or the body?
Both. Next.
Mind. For me. Because we're talking about souls. We're merely carcasses to a soul.
You're right.
Number 2.
Do you believe in a power greater than humanity? We talked about that.
Yes, I do, because humans suck. So we literally need that.
Alrighty,
it's our dying hope.
Okay then. 3.
Ooh, do you think that human ethics are learned or natural?
I think that they're natural and then they're learned.
Human ethics?
Ethics, yeah. I think that like some things give you a negative sensory reaction and other things give you a positive reaction. And based on that, we package those together and then we teach them. That's the Bible. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you snaked me. That felt terrible. Then you go and teach your kids, don't be snakes, everybody. And then somebody goes and writes it down. The first commandment, don't snake people. I think that.
Before I give my answer, do you remember how like in the Bible they used to say like people used to live for like 600 years?
I don't recall.
Yeah, Noah lived for like 600 years.
600 dog years.
What do you think was like the straw for God to cut our lifespans by like 500 years?
Who's to say that 600 years wasn't, or who's to say that a year wasn't 2 weeks?
That's true.
Like, what are they weighing that by?
That is very
This true. Is a very lawyerly answer, but it's a consideration to make. 600 years.
That's true. But then, you think about civilizations, like, remember how, the whole 2020 fiasco with the Mayan calendar? Mm-hmm. I think it was, like, how it is structured now. Or, like, when did even, like, the 12-month year
I don't know, bro. And, again, everything is made up because somebody made that up. Like,
this could have been 10 years in 1 year, but we just said it was just 1 year.
We decided it was 1. Yeah. So I lived for 600 years. Could be I lived for 600 months. And then that's how many years? Not 600 years.
600 months. How many years is that?
Let's do 600 divided by 12.
Watch it be something atrocious.
it 50.
Oh. Maybe he did until he was 50. Niggas died young as hell.
Okay, because they're saying, okay, I lived for 600 years. And then you think about like in the Victorian age, they're like, they lived till 34. It's like, so was it 600 or was it,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, what was
all man-made.
Right. I wish we didn't have any men. Like, I feel like we would have more answers if a lot of shit wasn't fucking man-made interference.
But someone has to decide.
I know, and that's the problem.
It's humans.
Bitches like me who want to know everything.
Yeah, but you know what? Imagine you were born back then. You want to know everything, and it's not answers. You pick the answer. That's like as simple. It was that simple. Right. Somebody was like, how long is it? 12 months.
You know what?
12 months.
The universe knew not to make me somebody.
You wasn't a pioneer.
And some bullshit. I was about to tell y'all tweaking for real. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh.
The last one.
This is the last one.
And it is number 1. Okay. Do you think the end or the means is more important?
Do you think the end or the means is more important?
Mm-hmm. The way you get there or where you get?
The end.
You think so?
The way you get there or where you end up? No, I think the means.
Okay.
Because let's say someone like lived like this very like awesome life and then they hit hard times and then end up like as someone like seen as like a societal outcast or like not good enough. So then do we then invalidate everything they ever did in their life?
Right. No, we wouldn't. Or would we? because
I think the means maybe, but then it's like, what if somebody was like thought I broke the entire lives, and then they, or like not broke, but like just like not doing anything, and then they became something super impactful? Do we then just judge them on what it took to get them there?
I mean, okay, look at someone like Trump.
Don't shit justify that.
Nothing justifies anything, but like he was trash
his whole life.
So his means was slimy. And then his ends to some people is like, oh my God, look at all the money he made. Look at all the, to some people, he's their hero.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I don't know. I
don't think it should even be framed as like, is the means or ends more important? I think the means sometimes justify the ends. Like, you had to go through this to get to this.
Yeah.
End.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
And if you're a bad person, you're gonna do bad shit anyway. So I guess your whole life is just being a bad person. So like your means and end is just like,
yeah,
it becomes really murky.
It does. I feel like the means are more important than the ends because at the end of the day, we're all on a journey.
That's true.
And that an everlasting journey.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what is an ends by definition? Like, at what point is it like this is when you die? Because when you finish something, is that the ends? Because you're still living.
Yeah.
You still could do more. So I feel like the means are more important. And I can't look up to someone who got somewhere that's impressive or that was helpful through shitty means.
Yeah, that's very true.
So that's
a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. All right.
So, ladies, gents, ladies,
he's, she's, theys.
Thank y'all for tuning in. This was a really good. I like this.
I was like talking mind-bending. We are some sci-fi girls.
Yeah. If y'all can only hear the things I talk about at home, child, y'all would think I was crazy, but I'm not. I'm just curious. But this has been a great episode. I hope y'all got something out of this. If you heard something that, kind of piqued interest in you, or you want to answer some of these questions, you can either leave us a comment on our social media pages. We're on Twitter.
I'll read your tarot cards.
We're on Twitter and Instagram at Read the Room Pod. And then obviously our emails are always open. If something struck a chord, you want to discuss it, or just like general like advice, life stuff, readtheroompod@gmail.com is where you can reach us.
We should do a watch party on this.
Oh, yes.
Everybody should dress up in galaxy clothes.
We should do a watch party. Please disregard what she said. We will send out the details like on our social media and things like that for you guys to what? For you guys to
watch,
partake in. Probably
wow, that would have to be this weekend.
Next weekend. Because we have our off week next week.
Oh.
Yeah, and this weekend will be impossible, so we can do it next week.
Okay, guys.
Because next week will be off week.
Ooh, a birthday party, listening party? I'm just kidding.
We just said not this week.
Okay, anyways, my birthday's January 16th.
Yes, so happy birthday to Embria. By the time you listen to this, she will be
a year older.
35. Get on the Sunday.
No shade to the 35-year-old
on Friday. This comes out on
living.
Friday. No, okay. Actually, no. By the time this comes out, you won't be 20.
Nothing. I'd be the same. And I wouldn't necessarily be a year older because what's a year?
Oh, shut the fuck up. She'll be ordered the day after this episode comes out on the Friday, right before her birthday.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We love you.
Thanks for listening. Dearly. Engage with us on social media. And if you have liked us so far, even if you're new, please feel free to leave us a 5-star review.
Talking about not just
Apple
a review.
Podcast or Spotify or Google Podcasts, wherever you are kind of listening to us from. We would highly appreciate it so we can know that you guys want more content from us. But until we meet again, friends, this has been Merv.
This is Embria. Love you. Bye.
Hi from Read the Room Podcast. Love y'all. Bye.